Hey, blessings. So it's story time today, okay? I want to tell you a story that happened to me a long time ago, and I got my lesson learned. My hope and prayer is that this will help you learn before you get into the situation, that you'll be well aware before this could happen to you, okay? I was on assignment for somebody at a specific church, and this person was in ministry. And I stood there as an intercessor for this person. Now, I didn't believe that this person should have been at this church. I knew something was off in my spirit, but they decided to make that decision anyway. Everybody's entitled to their own decisions. You have to let things go, right? But I just had this feeling. So I just stood in intercession. I stood very quiet and I went. And then the times that I went, there was about 3 to 4 times that I went, I refused to take part of anything that they were doing. I refused, and I just stood there quietly, and I stood there in the background. Now, I believe it was like the second or maybe like the third time. The Lord gave me a vision, and I saw him on a chariot, like on a horse, like going full speed right here over my head. And I had this vision, and I was like moved. And then all of a sudden, the apostle that was there at the church began to talk about visions. And if God gives you a vision, that you are to submit it to the house, whatever, yada, yada. And I was like, okay. So now I knew that God was showing me his hedge of protection when he gave me that vision. But I said, okay, you know what? I see some things that are foolishness here, but I also see some things that are good here. So let me give him the benefit of the doubt. That's exactly what I did. I decided, you know what? Let me go and submit this vision over to him. So I did. And now him and his wife pulled me aside. They were eager to talk to me because I was the quiet one and I refused to actually participate. And I just stood there in prayer. They pulled me aside and I shared with them what I saw. His translation to the vision is that God's hedge of protection was over the whole house, that it was over the entire congregation, because God has a particular protection over him. And so whoever submits under to that receives that blessing as well. That was his. Now, it was very passive because he didn't want to talk much afterwards, which I should have picked up on that. He portrayed himself as extremely busy. Now, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, you're extremely busy. You have a whole bunch of people here. But he seemed so eager. I should have paid attention. He seemed so eager to want to finally talk to me after I've been there a few times. So moving along, I let it go. I went home and I was like, you know what? Maybe this could be it. Maybe he's saying what he's saying and it's true. I had some friends there too. A lovely family that I know in the Lord. And I know that they are truly genuine Jesus' disciples. So the fact that they were there, I was like, maybe I should just dismiss these things that I'm seeing, dismiss them and just let it go, and just see the good, right? Because we got to see the good. And I thought about Proverbs, how it's easier to see the bad things, but then it's like harder, more difficult to see the good. So I was like, you know what? The next time I go, I'm going to let it all go of what I see. All right. And I'm just going to just let it go and just see what happens. That's exactly what I did. And when I went the next time, before they started the service, I remember saying, whoever is, not a part of our congregation, if you want to receive the blessing of God over your life that we have here, you need to come to the front right now. It was very demanding. It was almost as if, if you didn't go, you were going to be pointed out as the rebellion there. Man. So I went to the front. And to be honest with you, I'm a little humiliated about what I'm about to say to you right now. But it's the truth, and we all fall short. So here we go. I went to the front and I received prayer. It was not even, honestly, I don't remember any words. I just remember the laying of the hands. And he put his hands on me. And I kid you not, I was pushed with a force that was not human. And I fell to the floor in shock, and I'm like, oh my God, that type of like feeling. And I remember the pain that I felt on my body. And there was a spirit of intimidation over me, because I was laying there and I was like, oh my God, like, did this really happen? Now, mind you, I'm on the floor, on my back. I remember, like, they're like talking about the move of God over me. Everybody's like crowding me. There are people taking photos of me on the floor, on the ground, right? And I'm like laying there thinking, you better fake this before you get up and get ratchet, because, you know, that Puerto Rican aggressive side of me was about to come out. You know what I mean? Like, that street girl was about to come out in that moment. And then I thought about the people that were with me, and I was like, you know what, let me not say nothing before there's a fight here. But I should have listened to what the Lord was showing me from the beginning. Like, I remember days later, I was posted on Facebook too, like laying on the floor. People talk about the move of God, and I just stood quiet, because a lot of people were under this illusion. The truth is that it actually really hurt. Like, I was in physical pain. I felt it, and I was afraid to get up because I was feeling the pain. It was intense. And I share this all to say, listen to the Holy Spirit. If you don't feel that you need to go to the front to get prayer from somebody, I don't care who it is. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care who it is. I don't care how the people make you feel because you refuse to go and receive prayer from somebody. Don't go. You should have peace within yourself that you can receive prayer. If it's forceful and it feels so, the pressure is there, that's not God. God is gentle. He is loving. And one thing I've learned by being a prayer warrior, working the altars and all of that, is that you should ask the person permission. You should ask, do you mind if I pray for you? Do you mind if I lay my hands on you? Too many people are too quick to lay hands. It says it in the Bible. Don't be so eager to lay hands and pray for somebody. You need to be patient and wait on God before you go and pray. But on the other side, on the flip side, to the church that I'm talking to this morning, is you need to listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit. John chapter 10, it says, my sheep hear my voice. We all have the ability, okay, to hear God's voice. It's not just the apostle or the pastor of the church that can hear God's voice for you. You can hear him yourself. And if you don't feel at peace, don't go to the altar. Don't accept any prayer. All right? I love you. I needed to share that story and get that out there to the public. And I know some people are going to come after me for that because they probably remember that scenario. And they thought that it was the Holy Spirit. And I stood quiet on that for a long time because I didn't feel to release that, because so many people there are under this illusion that it's the Holy Spirit. It's not. But this is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. God bless you.